Welcome to Fort Worth, Texas, and Amon G. Carter Stadium, home of the TCU Horned Frogs. A Big Ten showdown is coming. Conference implications aplenty that could resonate for the rest of the season. As we'll see a team looking for its first win, the Kentucky Wildcats, taking on the 8th-ranked team in the land, the TCU Horned Frogs. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Horned Frogs will kick it away first. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So Kentucky's offense is on the field for the first time today. And here comes their leader, Jesse. He just has a way of elevating everybody's play.
And he's a point guard, too. So good at distributing the football, finds the open guys, and he makes this offense go.
Makes it go, and just, you can trust him. Everything is available. You're not playing with one arm behind your back. You got all guns blazing.
Firing to the right, complete. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down.
Defense just has to do a better job in coverage, guys. They did a great job taking away the quarterback's initial primary target, but then they left that guy completely wide open. Somebody busted on the back end.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun.
Nice run there on first down. You know, this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on, so we're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Dropping back, it's Fuller. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
That ball hit him right in a bad spot, right in the hands. Really unfortunate he didn't come down with it.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
Well, this defense looked pretty good last week. Of course, they had 2 sacks, and the coaching staff told us they really wanted to be able to build on that. Great news, and they've already registered a sack here early in this game.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. The Horned Frogs offense will try to get something going with their first possession. You know, yards figure to be hard to come by through the air, but some quarterbacks, Jesse, just love to go at the star corner.
Yeah, and this guy's got confidence. He's not afraid to go at anybody, but he better be careful because this cornerback is one of the best in the nation.
One of the best, no doubt. I think they will trust him on defense
Yeah,
to make plays. So you got to make a decision. Is my guy good enough to beat him on the outside? I am fascinated by this matchup.
Well, on that last play, you'd like to see the quarterback be a little bit more accurate and give his guy a chance to make the play. That ball wasn't even close to his intended target's body.
Unloads it left. Wide open downfield. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
Fires one high.
Damn, dude.
And that's going to be incomplete. Going
Why would he?
broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
Why the
I like
fucking
this
touchdown?
quarterback
I
being
hate
aggressive and taking a shot. Just a better play there by the defense.
The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Timeout, TCU.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. And good coverage and better hands by the defender to knock it down in the end zone.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
He'll take a shot. And he makes the grab, but can't get the foot down in the field of play. Almost had 6 there. A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off. First snap of this drive comes from their own 41. From the gun, running back on the move. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
And here we go. If you're an offense, you got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of a running game for exactly what you just said. You got to be able to use play-action pass later in this game to get some explosive plays down the field. And it's a play like that we just saw, which can help them get that going.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. Kentucky back at it with a fresh set of downs. Scanning the field, it's Fuller. And he dropped it, just didn't hook the thing all the way in.
You don't see that very often. You don't see the big tight ends with the soft mitts and the big, huge hands and the nice, sticky gloves. You don't see them drop many of those balls that hit him right there in the hands. That was a missed opportunity by the tight end right there.
Running it in the red zone, imposing their will and picking up 5 down to the 15. 3rd down, and this crowd is tearing the lid off this place.
Yeah.
From the gun, wants to pass. Did as he throws. And that one is picked up in the end zone.
Yeah. You can't drive it out? It's right over there, the gas station? Yeah, yes, I can. Come on. Yeah, come on. Yeah.
You're buying only 2 beers.
Yeah, 1 second. Give me a second. 1 second. Just give me a second. Give me a second. Yeah, but I already paid them. That's why. I'll go.
That's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
TCU will send its offense back onto the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
It's 1st and 10 from their own 14-yard line. On the move, he fires. A strike downfield. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that.
He's going to throw deep right side. And
come on, dog. They're fucking fading, dog. This last couple
long incompletions are okay. We got to take shots. You got to make big plays in college football. I love that you're taking shots. Keep taking them. Some of those are going to come home. Some of them aren't. But when they come home, they equal big-time points.
Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
I really like the slot receiver, and I understand he's not the biggest guy in the world, but he just runs really good routes, and he's always under control. He can run option routes. He can run double moves. He does a great job cutting, and he's dangerous after the catch. Nice weapon to have working in the middle of the field.
And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off of the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The give to the tailback.
You fucking bitch!
Short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that.
And he will take it in. Touchdown, Horned Frog!
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open, and he's able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has...
if I don't let me fucking hit my piece, let's go drive me. I do not want to see homegirl today.
Touchdowns on the year.
Lining up.
If I go out there, talk to her, she's all up in my car. Hey, kids, I want to hurry up, play NCAA football.
And he takes this from inside
trying
the
to get
5.
you stuck on me.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, David. But for this quarterback here, just take accountability and ownership and come out here and lead your offense.
And move on. Like, we needed points. That's something that we can harp on.
Complain about shit that they're not allowed to. It's not your money. Niggas don't have to give you money, dog. I never seen dude complain so much about shit that people don't own. Like niggas owe, like that's his money. It's not his money.
It's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast.
Tell like, well,
you
have to.
Gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
And he drops it.
Little bitch.
Too slippery in the hand.
Just got to finish the play from the wide receiver. You got to look that one in and complete it. It's a bad drop.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. Kentucky will be forced to punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Makes a move. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. TCU has it back and the Horned Frogs go on offense. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Leaves it with the back.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
Tough sledding there as he picks up 1 to the 29.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it.
I think you're seeing the chemistry between these two guys on that last play, right? Quarterback's on the move. He's got to find his big fella. He does a great job of finding the soft spot in the defense and settling down. He was a stationary target for his quarterback on the move, and that really helped him pick up that first.
Sometimes your tight end's a safety valve, and sometimes he's your go-to receiver.
And the offense knew right away it was the primary target. It was where he was going with it.
Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, TCU. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. It was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Dropping back, it's Fuller. Fires into traffic, intercepted. Didn't find much room on the return, but now they are in business and poised to strike from the 25.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Pressure affects quarterbacks, and this guy's one of the best in the nation. I don't care how talented you are, but if you're being hit, you're not going to throw completions.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. A shot toward the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Hard Frog! No midseason concentration lapse here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And the returner will be knocked down. Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
Looks as if they'll stay aggressive here. They go 5 wide on 2nd and 3. He's looking to throw. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
Hopefully that's not going to affect the quarterback's confidence going back to this guy later. That was a catch he should have made. He dropped it. Let's see what he does moving forward.
Big 3rd down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. To the air, it's Fuller. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious. Kentucky sends out the punting unit. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do.
Looking deep down the right side. And he reels it in at the 15-yard line. Just what they were looking for. A huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. The entire complexion of this possession changed on that one play. Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down.
And that's what this defense needs to get going. You've given up a bunch of touchdowns. You haven't been great early, but now you finally get some pressure, get the quarterback to the ground. Now maybe start turning the...
Deep shot for the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Buys a little time. Fires downfield. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. They're throwing for it on 4th down.
That's it, motherfucker.
The defense holds.
That is just a play you have got to
Really,
come
Rico?
up with. They don't get bigger than that. 4th down, you've got to make the catch. Whether it's a perfect throw or whether it's off of your body, you're good enough and you're athletic enough to
a little
that
taste
play.
of the
You've gotta
fucking
be
ball,
able to
nigga.
Your quarterback and your offense to keep that drive alive. He's not able to come up with it.
That's
Yeah,
gonna
you gotta
wrap
go
up
to
the
the yards.
first half.
It's
Here
not
and now
so
we'll
bad.
join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, you've been calling a first-rate game so far today in Fort Worth. And we have to start this halftime breakdown by addressing the play of this elite wide receiver. This is clearly a young man who, once he's finished playing on Saturdays, he's going to be playing on Sundays. The kid has different gears. He has a knack for finding gaps in defense. And I can't remember a college player with that kind of catch radius.
Kentucky will boot it deep to get the second half underway. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And the returner is stopped. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. Looking for a productive play on first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Pressure coming. He'll fire to his right. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
Love the coverage on the back end by the defense on that play. In these scramble-type situations, the quarterback's rolling out to his right. Everything breaks down, and it really gets hard on these defenders to have to stay with their man, but a good job there by the defense.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to the big tight end. Got it in the middle, it's Norton. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
On third down, offenses have their plays. What they like in third and short, what they like third and medium, third and long. Great job by the offense having success. Now,
he lost it high and deep down the left side.
No, they didn't force this. That's okay.
That would have been a huge game.
Like, how you guys gotta force me to fuck
I
up
don't blame the quarterback for taking
every
that
fucking
shot out,
time?
man. He's cooked up with this guy twice today for scores. Give him another try. They just couldn't get on the same page on that.
Here he goes breaking the pocket. It's
Oh my gosh.
Good job by the defense sticking with its coverage.
They really don't want to stupid.
It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's third and long from the 30. He'll just keep slinging it. Throws to the wideout. Misses again. It's incomplete, and that's 3 in a row.
That is
Do it
a
again.
good omen
Make me
for
miss
this
again.
defense. They were getting lit up in the first half. They knew something had to change. So to
Make
set
me
the
miss
tone
again,
like
bitch.
this early on their opening drive of the third quarter and get a stop on third, that should really help their confidence.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And he holds it in at the 25.
Hey, man, that was just perfect execution offensively. On a fourth down like that, if you're going to throw a completion, get the first and keep the drive alive, QB's got to be great with his eyes. He's got to throw it on time. His target has to be in the perfect place at the perfect time, and you got to be able to haul it in. They checked all the boxes on that fourth down.
and man, this quarterback has had a day. With that pass, he goes over 300 yards on the day. Really nice job executing, putting up.
Touchdown, TCU! And the stomping has commenced. The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exit. You did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He had a vision of getting loose, but he'll go out of bounds at the 18. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Line gets set, first down. They'll run it out of the shotgun. They stop him after a 6-yard run out to the 24.
You see, they need more runs like that. Just it's been so few and far between. Defensively, they've been in position. They've been winning their one-on-one battles, getting off of blocks and rallying to the ball carrier. This defense has done a nice job slowing down the run game thus far.
Moves up to the 34-yard line. Give him a 10-yard pickup. Lining up from the 34 on first down. A little misdirection and the handoff on the counter. Stuffed almost in his track, but strong enough to pick up 1 to the 35. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And this
This offensive line's got to do a better job. Man, you got to protect your quarterback. Listen, this offense is not playing great. You got to somehow find a way to start to get
good screen, guys. It's great.
In the second half.
I told you.
On the outside. At the 40, there he goes. He was
I told y'all, nigga, he's doing a screen.
Trying to get that first down. Instead, they'll be faced with 4. Kentucky will be forced to punt. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. And the punt team able to swing him to the ground. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. It's complete. A huge pickup. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. They had this offense backed up. Now they have to be staggering. Can they deliver another punch on 1st and 10 from inside the 40? Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw.
And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
Awesome job by the defense. Not only getting a fast quarterback on the ground, but understanding what he wants to do. He can take off. I got to make sure I got good pursuit angles, and I got to make sure.
Lost one deep down the right side. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6. Now the chance to pay off that big play from just outside the 5. It's complete. And he was straining for the goal line, but the defense stopped him short.
And I love working with slot receivers. You see so much of that. It's about matchups, right? I can put a fast guy in that slot, maybe get him matched up on a linebacker or a safety. I like working those guys in those matchups. Favorable for the offense for sure.
And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Quick pass on the fly motion. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! And the beatdown has ensued. They add on another one, and they're about to push their record to 5-1.
Been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense obviously just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
After the misfire, now on 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's small. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
How about this defense? No mercy. Like, listen, I know we're up big, but they are still hunting, still flying around, still chasing, still making life really miserable for this offense.
You make up the game plan, and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Moving out of the pocket. Gets down at the last possible second to avoid getting lit up. Kentucky sends out the punting unit. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Here comes the offense on first down. Running back searching for a hole. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it.
That is just demoralizing if you're on defense, right? You're down in the game. It's the fourth quarter. You know you need to get a stop, and you know they're going to run the ball, but you can't do anything about it.
He's going to pass. Fires toward the end zone. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. Second down coming.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now late in the game, you got the lead. That first down now tells me now it's time to start running the football, run the clock, get out of here with the down.
This quarterback is having a day, man, and right there he was looking for touchdown pass number 5. He has been dialing it up. He's been throwing strikes. We haven't seen him miss very much like he did just there, but what a game this dude is having.
And the incompletion brings up a second down. They're going to throw it again. And the freshman will chalk up a sack.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone. They're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions. And then the pass rush, they win up front.
Trying to get to it. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
Man, this offense has had a great day, and they've put some big plays together. But the last 2 plays, man, getting a little complacent. They got to protect their quarterback. That's back-to-back sacks. The offensive line has to do a better job.
Going for it all. Can't complete the long throw, and the defense gets off the field on fourth down. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field.
You know, there are a lot of people watching this game that are thinking to themselves, where's the sportsmanship? You're blowing this team out. Why are you going for it on fourth down? Why not just punt, give it back, and just leave here with a W? That's because this coach wants his guys to keep executing. I played for a coach in college that would have done the same thing. Backups are on the field. They get an opportunity to run your playbook, so let him do it. At the end of the day, you've got to force the opponent to stop. And that's what they're doing. That's the mindset. I got to be honest, I like it.
Fires the pass, intercepted. They got him down quickly after the pick, but he'd already made the biggest play, and they've got it at the 38.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. Trying to find his man on first down. Gets it to the back. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Love the awareness by the defense here. They're trying to get the running back the ball in space, but the defense was expecting it. They had guys in position. They located the football, and they went and gang tackled.
He's got it and still on his feet. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown. Ready to try the point after. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they top it off with a 14-yard pass for the touchdown. He'll return it. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook a little.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you've got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward.
I think in this situation, 2 minutes, trailing late, I think you got to be throwing to the sticks every time. I don't know if these short completions are going to get it done. You're just not going to have enough time to get down the field. So from a play calling standpoint, I think you want to think about being a little bit more aggressive.
Here they come, trying to convert a 3rd and short from the 28. Looking downfield, it's small. And it's incomplete on 3rd down.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
He's got great speed. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. And now one of the most satisfying moments in football, just watching that clock drain away while you have control of the ball, Jesse.
And this is definitely one of the best play callers, right, for an offensive coordinator. Getting ready to go into victory formation.
Lofts one high and deep. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
He'll take another shot here. Wide open, he makes the catch. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown, and there's nothing you can do.
And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Let's see if they can get out of their own way on 2nd and long from the 8. They're trying to get to it. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. Timeout is called. The clock stopped with 26 seconds left. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Pocket starts to collapse. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Not that I care if I did, but just so they won't cry. Let's give them a touchdown.
Offense set on 1st down. Trying to start the drive with a pass. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. He's got it. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. They stopped the return right there, and that will do it. This one is in the book. Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all three phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. This team came ready to play, and man, it was pedal to the metal right from the opening kickoff.
And that's how you like it. Forget the close games, forget the heartbreakers, this play could decide it. Just frying pan, meat face, ball game over.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.